Oh, did you ever want to get a world record? How about a world record on the most sold video game on the Nintendo Switch? This game here. Well, fortunately for you, this is your chance. After I recorded the footage for this video, but before I even started editing it, which I just did now, to be honest, made it a category, official category. Now I was going to mention how there's a good chance it will eventually become a category because mods know about it and all that, but now there's like 100% chance. So you start off the run on Dragon Driftway. Now, the reason I'd recommend starting on this run is because of this jump here, very easy to fail. You only need one mushroom for this whole track, however, to go fast, and if you're starting with it, you'd rather go for the hard strats. So for this bit here, you want to make sure you're as close to the center of the track as possible to make this jump easier. Good, do the ending like this, which I was never able to get first try, or like this, which you would think is harder, but I seem to find it easier. Next up is Excite Bike Arena, which is a track that I'm not that good at. This ramp here is the only ramp where you can't go over it backwards. So I don't really have a consistent thing I do with this boat here, although I don't usually do what I've just done there. However, it is technically faster than the time I got on my world record run. Next up is Yoshi's Circuit. You typically use a mushroom here for obvious reasons, and a mushroom here, which technically you can do without a mushroom. So next up is Ned's Rainbow Road. Now the only notable thing about this is that at this part here, if you drift early, which is the most common thing to do, you will lose all friction. Okay, so very good mines, kinda interesting like to do, that's good, like there's not really much to do, just drive the track backwards, except for at this point. Now you would think this jump is impossible, but if you hook the left corner, it is very easy. Baby park is just baby park, there's not interesting to do it now. I know there's ones that like to hop around, but I find just drifting like this, it can be faster if you do it properly. There I got 9.2, there's a few times I got sub 9, which is pretty good. Next up is Animal Crossing. Now Animal Crossing can easily be a run killer if you don't collect coins. This first jump here, whenever you do it for the first time, you'll do it easily, but once you start thinking about it, you'll fail a lot because you're meant to jump after your cart is already off the ground. Really weird, but it's just how it works. That isn't the only jump. This jump here is actually hard, and I originally wasn't even sure if it was possible on the meta combo. Now, it is a lot easier when you have coins, which is why there was kind of free looking, but without coins it's a whole different ballpark. Next up is Super Bell Subway, which is the longest track out of the lot. Technically, you could do this in under a minute, but no one has done this in under 2 minutes. Now, there is an out of bounds glitch that can save well over a minute, but the thing is, I've only ever gotten it once, and whenever I got it, I'd like the hard bit, I fell out of the world because I got into somewhere where there was no collision. The good thing is, you do not lose any time for wasting it at this point. You wanna know why? Because this is basically an auto-scroller. And if you go for this jump a wee bit too early, then yeah, you have to just reset the run. Next up is Toad Turnpike, which can either be really good to you or really bad to you, depending on these things here. Next up is Moo Moo Meadows. Now there isn't much to do this, however this shortcut here is so satisfying when doing it backwards. Next up is Donut Plains 3. Now this one is a bit sketchy at times, as you can sometimes get screwed over by latitude for no apparent reason. However, if not screwed over, then you just use a mushroom here. You try to fix yourself here. For some reason I use a mushroom, which I shouldn't have. And then you do this really good jump in the air, and then yeah. Now although I do mess it up in this footage here, the strats I do use here seem to be really good. But the obvious part, but I use 2 mushrooms here, as it seems to be the best place to use mushrooms and nowhere else is that appealing. Next up is Sorbet Land, which is a very weird track as you can gain or lose time out of seemingly nowhere. I messed up here a small bit, not that noticeable, but I also get hit by a side guy and yet I am still ahead of the time I usually get on this track. It's the hardest trick in the game, that diagonal push. Oh, and then it's Mario Circuit. Now, this track here is pretty intuitive and I think I do a good job with it. However, the one that save a half second off me and I have no idea where they save it from, like, because where you use a mushroom is only place you can use it, like, and yeah, I think I do it alright, but you can't save half a second from this anyways. Next up is Toad Harbor. Now just use a mushroom here. You can see here that I hold a drift. I actually let go of the drift button, so I nearly got screwed over there. And then just, yeah. Next up is Twisted Mansion. Whenever I was doing my first run, this track I couldn't do. And I had it at the end of the run because I wanted it to be in backwards order for my first run. It's very easy to fail, which is why I have it at the end of the run where the pressure is on me, so I have to do it then. Now, there is the safe scratch, which I've only ever done, where you hit the wall. Now, if you don't hit the wall, you might be able to do it. I'm not too sure. However, whenever I don't hit the wall, that's what happens. Yes, I'm actually being serious. I've done that for all my world record runs, and I don't think there's a world record run that hasn't done it. See how much air I got there? Yeah, I can't do it if I don't hit the back wall. Doesn't make any sense. But the rest of this is pretty easy to understand. However, in this video I do mess it up and I'm behind the pace I would have usually typically been at. But yeah, if you're at the normal pace, you may get pace lock at the ending part. Now let me do the outro. Okay, so you see right about here, there's like a picture of like a stick man. So when you tap it, it says subscribe to, and then you subscribe. Now, but if you look over here, there's a rectangle, and it shows a video that you really want to click, and then you click it.